Tuck the elbows in, key lock. You let go, you go back to side control. The arms out, drive it to the floor, your feet come in. You know, key lock. You don't really want to do that a lot, right? So, make it a little drill here. Do the guard pass to side control. The guy makes a mistake and doesn't protect his arm, you key lock him. That way you get to practice how you get to that position and what's happening. You know, because everything in jiu-jitsu happens through avenues. You know what I mean? Passing the guard to side control to knee on belly to the mount. You know what I mean? Mount, rolling to the guard, shrimping to the guard, you know? So he can sit down in here and he can work, practicing a guard pass, you know, that way you're putting things together. Posture up, boom, come back, break the guard, you know, come in around here. If I'm working my double underhook pass, come around, establish, the arms out, and drive it down. There's my key lock. Go back in the guard, do it again. You know, so putting things together in a series of events, that way you're working on more than one thing at a time. And it actually makes things a little easier because then, you know, you're not focusing on something so much because a lot of times people in jiu-jitsu try to read into stuff way more than what it is. You know, it's like I'll be telling people, grab him with your right hand. Grab his collar with your right hand. Like, no, that's his elbow and that's your left hand. I say, grab his collar with your right hand. I mean, you know what I mean? And they start reading into things way more than what it is, you know? All right, so your three basic Oompa rolls. All right? Now, again, you got to pay attention to what the guy's doing to allow you. He's got to give you the opportunity to Oompa roll. That's why you never predetermine what you're going to do. It's always elbow escape, Oompa roll. I do what he's letting me do, you know? And again, you know, I got to get to that mount protection position first, or else he's got the hooks in, I'm in trouble. You know, if he gets the hooks in, you got to blow the hooks out. Your first initial fight is to get to mount protection position. Once you get there, you can start positioning your body to implement your escape, you know? All right, so now, remember, if the guy is laying down on you and he's based out like this, I'll get, when I get people in the mount, if they're down good and tight, I take my feet, I try to get my knees as always as high as I can. My feet go against their thighs. That way I'm ready to throw the hooks in, and I'll hope he tries to grab that arm. I'll just bait him for a second, see if he's going to reach out and get that arm. All right, I'm waiting. He reaches out for that arm to try that Oompa roll. Bam, that arm's mine. No. Straight arm bar. He starts to bend it. Key lock. Americana.
No,
you know? So you got to remember, it's a huge rule. When the guy's based, never reach out for his arm. You are not going to bend it in. Look at my arm. You're not breaking that. You know what I mean? And all you're doing is exposing your arm. You know?
That's why I call that the Superman.
Yeah. Hooks, that's when you get the hooks in there. Now, so, if he's making, you know, one of those things to do the Oompa roll, you got to, you know, look and pay attention to where he's at. A lot of times guys will mount you and they'll sit like this with the arms too close, giving you a perfect chance to trap the arm. Okay? If he scoops the head, he's trapping his own arm. Now, again, like anything else, you know, it depends on who does the job right. You know, it's like, oh man, well, don't ever scoop the guy's head. Well, no, you can scoop his head. You just need to make sure you set your weight over. Now he's not going to roll you. Now I can start pummeling inside that other arm, and once I get inside, then I got my Ezekiel choke. You know? So, he starts sitting up on you, trying to get the choke. Putting the hand in it, he's trapping his arm. I put my hand in your collar, I'm trapping my arm. I can't do nothing with it now. That's why you grab it, because if I let go, he's still got control over it, you know? But if the guy is basing on me really good, or if he's just sitting here like this, why is he sitting here? Well, he's just waiting to see what can happen. Trying to pry arms out, you know, trying to start to set, you know, different things up to attack the guy. So then we're going to go for our elbow escape. Now, when you do your elbow escape, I call this one the hip switch, ankle pick, elbow escape. Why? Because it tells you exactly what to do. Alright? Now, because first off, come over here. when you elbow escape, you don't want to give up your back. A lot of people will do this. They'll be down in here, they'll start to shrimp and turn to go to push that leg, and all they're doing is exposing their back for the S mount, the technical mount. So when you start to elbow escape, I can never lift my shoulders more than 45 degrees. Because if I go more than 45, he can get around behind my back. And I never want to push on his knee. Because then I'm trapping my arm. He's going to dismount and go side control for more step.
Which way?
Hold the wrist.
Yep.
Swing around that way. Boom. Perfect setup for a Kimura. You know, if I go to push on his knee. So what I want to do is this. In order for me to slide my leg out from under him, I've got to have that knee and that foot on the floor so it slides out. If my knee and my foot are not on the floor, my leg will never go out from underneath his leg. So the first thing, once I get to my mount protection position, I'm just going to twist my hips. Hip switch. See how my back's still flat on the floor? I just turn so my knee and my foot go to the floor. Now I can take my other foot and come over and hook his ankle pick. See, if I'm flat this way, look here, I can't even bend my leg over that far. But when I turn my hips, I'm not worried about him putting the other hook in, because look at my leg. He ain't getting that other hook in. I step over. As I start to do it, then I use my elbow. That's why it's called the elbow escape. I push on his thigh with my elbow to drag that foot over my leg and get my one leg out. Now we're on the horse race. I'm either going to be half guard or full guard. Ready, set, go. I got to shrimp and get that other leg free. Once I get the one leg out, you got to go, 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 speed racer. You got to go. You know? So he's over here. He's got me in the mount. All right. He's laid out on me. There's two types of elbow escapes. There's the one where he's based and the one where he's sitting. Okay? So there's the same but slightly different. So he's based out. My elbows, I'm in protection position. Turn the hips, start picking that ankle. See how I pull that foot on top? I push with my elbow. As soon as I get it out, I'm shrimping. Boom, getting that leg free, getting my guard. Okay? Now, when I shrimp to get my guard, watch my motion here. I got two scoops I got to do. So my little saying is 2 scoops of raisins and Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Alright? I'm down in here, and I can go either side, it doesn't matter. You know, you can practice both sides. I switch the hips, pick the ankle, I get the leg out. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, get the hook here. I don't care about that hook. I don't care. Right now, I'm in the half guard. I got the half guard. Why do I need to hook this leg for? I want to get the full guard. It's a much better position for me. So when I go, I'm going to, now, I got a block here, I got a block here. Shoulder, hip. That way you can't drive forward into me. And I keep my elbows tight. I'm going to shrimp away so my knee comes out. See how my knee came out? If I'm hooking his leg, I can't shrimp my hips away to get my knee out. I'm sticking myself. I'm stuck. So, as soon as that knee comes out, scoop number 1. Knee goes to the ceiling. I got a 3/4 guard. Now, scoop number 2. The hips go to the opposite side so I can release the foot to claim my full guard. Okay? So, he's down here in the mount. Hip switch, ankle pick, elbow escape. That's why I call it that, because then if you remember that, you know how to do it. Mount protection position. Switch the hips. Pick the ankle. Get the one leg out. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Pull the guard. As soon as I get the guard, bam, hand in the collar, ready to start attacking from the guard position. Okay? All right.